Hello, one and all, and good evening. Welcome to the stream. You know him, you love him. It's Graf and Big Rich X in the booth. We ain't got too much time to dilly or dally. We're going to hop right into the action. We know we're a little bit delayed as is, so we apologize for said delay, but we appreciate y'all's patience in the chat. Graf, how are you feeling this fine evening?
Feeling good, feeling good. Some pretty exciting action in front of us. So should be a pretty interesting match. We've got a pretty, I mean, I don't want to call the map pool too interesting, but, you know, a lot of protocol. We got some Vault and Skyline mixed in there as well, though. So, you know, it'll be pretty interesting to see how this really plays out. But, you know, with that, like you said, without further delay, we should be getting in there pretty soon. I'm curious, though, who are you giving the edge to in this series, and I guess in this map 1 as well?
Oh man, I mean, I've casted for both these squads for U18 thus far, and it's going to be close. I think this goes to at least a map 4, but I'm giving the edge to the Wisemen. Just their rotations and hill breaks have been, at least from memory can recollect, a bit stronger than Slain, so I'm going to give them the edge here. As we get loaded up into protocol for map 1, it's Wisemen versus Slain, as Suni Mythical grabbing the first couple of kills and making me eat my words quite early as Slain gets on the board.
They're going to get the first little bit of time here, but immediately going to get ripped off of it. It's Hunt going to get able to touch that point, but still top is going to get taken out. Bismuth in position now, trying to maintain this control secret. Gonna get in deep, tries to cut off these rotations, trying to keep Vizzy all by his lonesome, and it will be a flank onto P1 as they flip it one more time, but a re-hit comes through, and it's just all blue in the kill feed as Slain. They'll get the rest of this P1 scrap, but the P2 rotation underway for Wisemen here.
Yeah, solid rotations thus far from Slain, as Secret on the 2-0. Gene and company beginning to rotate. Bismuth, though, clearing house. Mythical trying to stay up, and they do, thankfully, on the hills. Slain continues to slay out. Bismuth here on the rotations, rotating a bit further away from the objective than I'd like to see. Busy on the high ground as well, whiffing all of those shots, and Wiseman struggling here as they're down by 30.
Early couple points for Slain to try and get an early lead here. Especially this protocol P2 can be super dangerous, but it's that P1 that's really mixy early on, and that's the one that Slain really came out ahead on. They had a lot of really good, solid streaks of kills, but this time, Wisemen onto this P2, getting a little bit of an early setup, but it's Secret and Suni combining for 2, and even more in the way as Wisemen still looking for a little bit more opportunities. It's Slain on it at the moment, but they will get ripped right off. It's going to be the P3 rotation. So far, looking like Slain's game to win.
Yeah, definitely Slain's game to win. Wiseman trying to bounce back, but a 3-piece in the feed in favor of Slain. Again, proving me a bit wrong here. I thought Wiseman were a bit better in the hard point, but my memory just may not be what it used to be, folks. Slain U18 just absolutely dominating behind Mythical's 9-4 performance. Suni with a solid nade, but it's a 3-piece in the feed now for Wisemen. We'll see how they fare as we continue to hold on the P3. Mythical on the high ground, continuing to pop shots now, bobbing, weaving, moving, and grooving. Wants some more. Able to rotate down. Vizzy picking it up, but again, this Slain squad is just too good, it seems.
Yeah, I will say the big thing is how good is that P4 rotation? A big part of this protocol is how fast can you get there and how hard can you hold it down. It's a big potential for a money hill. Bismuth going to try and make this early rotation, but it's Geen. He's the first one there. Slain are more than happy to let Wisemen have all the scrap in the world if it means they get a first hold on this P4. And you said Wiseman's breaks have been good so far when you've seen them. It's going to be their time now. Slain, full control over this P4. They're spawning out towards that P3 building. And they're going to have to try and go forwards. Can they do it? Good first gunfight win there. Bismuth needs to find this player coming in from behind. Can't quite do it. And it's a 3-piece for Slain. Still looking for more Mythical caught swapping weapons. Will be taken down, but it's still plenty of time. Already half of it claimed by Slain. Vizzy looking to try and do something about that. A couple other players there. Secret going to grab the first, and it's just an absolute massacre for Slain as they hold on to the rest of that P4. That's going to be an easy road to an 100-point lead.
Yeah, this is a mythical massacre right now. As you were saying, I'm seeing streaks of 6-3, 2-1 on the side of Slain. They're absolutely getting it done as they're about to put Wiseman in the 100-point club. Vizzy grabbing a little bit of scrap, but this is really just all Slane's game. Wiseman struggling here in map 1 as we get to our second round of rotations. They're down by close to 70-plus points, and Mythical continuing to absolutely annihilate, hitting the 20 bomb right on the second round of rotations on a 6th streak currently. Doesn't have a whole lot of hill time, but you don't need that when you're slaying out like Mythical is. Granted, at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to, Graf, but Mythical just doing their part so his teammates can get on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, Mythical just does there get his streak shut down, but otherwise, a big one to find as now Wisemen, they put a couple of kills together, but it's just an immediate response. Trades back and forth. Will get one player off the hill. It's Slain the first ones to touch it, but Wisemen with the main amount of control. Again, it's Mythical and Suni. Those two have been absolutely lights out so far. They grab a couple. It's a trade from Drixie, but it's not quite enough as Slain. They're going to be able to grab the rest of this P1. The P2 rotation already coming in. It looks like it should be Wisemen the first ones in position, but it's Vizzy. I mean, he is just absolutely hunted down. Slain. It looks like they could do no wrong. Mythical again with 2, and it's just, again, an 100-point lead. It's going to get harder and harder if Wisemen don't do something here soon.
Yeah, Wiseman making me look like quite the fool here as Slain puts them in the 100-point club and continues to dominate. As I just don't see how Wiseman can respond in this extreme deficit. Hunt here holding on the hill, quickly gets broken up as Mythical again. Another 2 streak, about to drop a 30 bomb, bobbing and weaving, rotating with the Strider, picks up the kill. And I believe they're trying to rotate to this P3 early, potentially. I mean, that's what it seems from the side of Wiseman. They're getting it set up, but they're trying to clean up some amount of scrap. But Slain has a very, very comfortable lead here and does not have to take too many risks.
Yeah, I think if Wisemen have any chance, it's going to be on this next P4. They need to get some good time on this P3 and then really try to get a good 60 on this upcoming P4. They get a couple good kills to maintain early control of this P3. They're all spawning out towards that P1 side, so they are going to try and make the rotation through it, and it's, I mean, in the blink of an eye, they just all get shut down. Mythical gets 2, and now it's just all down to Slain. Can Suni hold on? Couple players in the area. Can't grab the first one. Hunt grab that first kill there. Bismuth with another. As now, this time it's Slain. Their time to break. Their time to try and push forwards. Bismuth going to grab one to set that back just a little bit more. As they're going to try and corral their way back into this one. It's not over just yet, but 180 points already on the board for Slain. And they're going to set up for a nice and easy P4. They can afford to give the rest of this P3 if they really want to. They send Geen just to cause some mayhem, cause some havoc, and he does just that. Going to take down Bismuth, looking for even more. Will get the rest of that scrap and finds the rotation down to P4. Gets the info on one player, but will eat that nade in the blink of an eye. He's onto the point, trying to find the play, and it's a good couple there for Slain. They haven't found the full break just yet, though.
Yeah, Vizzy and Mythical, or excuse me, Mythical and Secret, Mythical and Vizzy going at it in the bunker as, again, Slain able to punch through, break the hill. Gene, unfortunately, going down on the elevator shaft. Secret with the trade outs as Slain cracks into the double century mark. Secret still holding. Gene trying to rotate in time as the Wiseman finally punched through, but honestly, it's too little too late. You're down 200, 108. Slain needs just 50 more points, and they should be able to lock it down here as Mythical continues to pop off, trying to drop the 40 bomb. I mean, this is a dominant performance from Slain with a MVP-like performance from Mythical. As the only player going positive currently is Vizzy at 19 and 18, with Hunt and Drix going close to double negative.
Yeah, it's a tough look for a map 1 for Wisemen. I mean, they have a lot of opportunities in this match to pull it back, even if this one doesn't go their way. Vizzy gonna cause a little bit more seeds of doubt to flow through, but the downside for Wisemen here, they really need to try and figure out this protocol because it's 2 more of the maps. They're going to see a protocol S&D as well, or apologies, a protocol control as well as that final protocol S&D as well. So we're going to see a lot of this map if this series goes the distance. And Wisemen, they need the answer sooner rather than later because they have not yet to deal with Mythical. Drops 40 on a 6 streak as well. I mean, like you said, an MVP-like performance. Mythical.
Disgusting.
He'll grab 8 in a row. What a play. Looking for 9. Can't quite find it, but that is more than enough
filthy
to get slain over the goal line. And
yeah,
I mean, if not now, then very shortly.
No, it's over. I mean, it would be near impossible for Wisemen to come back from this deficit, and Slane just played it perfectly. You have Dean taking the hill kitten status, 2 minutes 47 seconds hill time, Mythical slaying out, and then Secret and Suni just supporting where they can, and that's really the winning combo is Gene and Mythical. You get your hill kitten on hill, they go negative, but Mythical's absolutely slaying out, protecting your players on the outside. Suni and Secret just playing their part, knowing their role, and it works perfectly.
Got one more point to go. Drix was the last chance, the last opportunity. That'll be the last that Wisemen had to offer in map 1. Slane, they'll take it decisively with a 139-250 win. And that was not what I expected at all coming into the series. Yeah,
I mean, I look more a fool than I ever have, thinking Wisemen we're gonna take the edge here, but it's completely the opposite. I mean, 35 non-traded kills, close to 5k damage for Mythical, and then close to 3 minutes hill time for Gene. You can't. It's very, very difficult to go up against that. We'll see how they respond in Search and Destroy, but I mean, how do you find a response after a dominant performance like that? Granted, we're going to slow things way down with Search and Destroy, and shouldn't expect, similar stat lines by any means. I don't expect a 40 bomb in Search and Destroy. I don't even know if that's even possible through even 11 rounds. But we'll just have to wait and see. Mythical though with the hard carry.
I mean, I will say, as much as I do hard agree with the search being a little slower, it is a vault search, so. I mean, that is the one map, one of the maps that ends up just being very, very fast as far as those fast rounds towards the A side, trying to get those plants down. But I want to say Vault S&D is one of those maps that sometimes the better team doesn't always win. So it'll be really interesting to see if Slane can convert on that, or if they will sort of fall victim to that little bit ickiness that is, Vault S&D at least. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, Alpha is going to be the main priority on that map, as it typically is. We expect players to just rush A, left, right, and center. If A gets overwhelmed too quickly, we might see a Bravo push, but even still, the Alpha push seems to be the go-to strategy for the attacking side. Defense is really favored in this. I think they can get a lot more map control a lot quicker, especially in the back balconies of Art. I mean, the second you get to that left-handed, on the left-hand side of the map on that Art building on that balcony, you basically have eyes on the entire left-hand flank and on Bravo objective itself. So. It's going to be very difficult if you want to try and make it on over to Bravo, so expect plenty of A pushes as per usual for this map.
Yeah, it'll just be a matter of time until we figure out how that goes. Another big thank you to GamerxSociety, our sponsor here tonight, but we're going to head to a little bit of a break before we head into map 2. So without further ado, go get yourself a snack, go get yourself a drink of water, and we'll be back right after this.
Stay tuned.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been? Got a rock popping at the hotel. Better run the play for him. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and bars, yellow.
something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whistle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE, and skill, he's still peaking.
How well you can do in the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tend to find the most success. That's exactly what skill's doing, and that's exactly why he's going 20.
On the hill, careful though. You can see everything, but everything can see you. And Legacy going big as Ruizzi goes for the defuse. Almost got it, but Underworld sneaks it away from him. It's a 1v1. Doesn't see him in the smoke, but is able to get the turn and burn in Underworld.
Fine for 3. Swag check. Finds a two-piece of his own. And that could be the break able to play his life. Taking care of. One left to deal with. He has the cruise missile. SGP wants to put this thing away. Oh my god, Swag onto the 7. They're gonna have to continue to go massive. Big step up, that's gonna be 3 for him.
Once again, to try and win this round, still needs to find these players. He's looking to try and find Confident. Will be able to catch him off guard, but it's gonna be Derek who's going for the chow, and Lurk is able to get the 1v2 victory. Oh my goodness.
Running away is easy. You still even it's hard. Running away is easy. You still even it's hard.
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the stream. My name is GamerxSociety. I'm joined by the great and gracious Graf in the booth as we get ready for my bread, my butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything. When it comes to casting, it's a cornerstone of the competitive Call of Duty scene. It's search and destroy, baby. We're going to the vault. Hopefully we can crack the code, and we'll see if the Wisemen can actually wise up to their own antics and not let Slain run all over him, Graf.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened on map 1. A very dominant victory for Slain. And it'll be interesting to see if there's a big clapback here. Because, I mean, I can't imagine Wisemen, if you lose this map, having to go right back to Protocol for another respawn mode. So, this is a big one here for Wisemen. This might be, I don't want to say their only chance, because it isn't, but it really feels like it's their last opportunity to really make a dent in this Wisemen advantage. And already, Slain, they're finding 2 early, and it's Sunni, one of the big slayers for map 1. Eventually will get taken down by Drix, but even still, a good setup for Slain. They found themselves the bomb. They have full control of it. Drix known as well. I don't know if Mythical has heard him. He should be hearing him right now behind second, but I mean, Mythical's spot here is so strong. Will find their one onto Drix, and it's just Vizzy left in a 1v3.
Yeah, not the start they were looking for. Vizzy, though, getting a solid flank, now rotating up, trying to crack through this Slain squad in the 1v2 now, rotating into Alpha. Don't believe they got spotted, but Secret and company pressing through, and I believe they did. They're going to come in for the crossfire push. Now pressing up. Vizzy picks up Gene. Vizzy now in the 1v1, meleeing the air. Here comes the chase from Secret. The turn and burn. My goodness. Vizzy.
What
yeah,
a
Vizzy
play.
in a completely unexpected clutch gets the turn and burn, and Vizzy stepping up in a big way, folks. Wow.
I fully sat back, and especially
it's
at the
over.
end
We
where
thought
he's
it was
looking.
all over.
Oh my,
Wow.
that is. I mean, that's a
never
big way to
underestimate
start
the
a map.
Wisemen again.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is a
What
hell
a
of a way to
shot.
start
What
a
a
map
moment.
if you're Wisemen.
Solid clutch 1v3. Just an incredible job from Vizzy there. Got to be feeling good. You may have gotten a little lucky. Definitely some skill in there. Let's see if they can replicate the magic and get round 2 under their belt.
A good pickup there from Vizzy, continuing that streak. Gonna look for more. It will be the plant towards this A side. It's still Geen off a little bit of no man's land. He'll get picked up by Bismuth. Still maintaining this numbers advantage is Wiseman. Still Bismuth around this mid vault, looking to try and drop down to lower vault, but needs a little bit of support from team before he can. What a gunfight win from Bismuth. Secret looking to grab one. Needs to do exactly what was done to them in the last round and can't quite convert. Wiseman with a huge win to get back into this series. They're up 2-0 here on map 2.
And what a bounce back for Wiseman. Whatever shortcomings they had in the hard point, they more than make up for, at least for now, in the search and destroy. And Slain, unfortunately, just I think may have been a little overconfident going up against Wiseman after that hard point match, and now we see them start to crumble just a little bit. Match is far from over, but we have ourselves a bit of a series here, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, now with Wiseman on this offense side, I mean, I do expect to see A hits on A hits on A hits this whole map. We do see a little bit of pre-nade, a little bit something there from Bismuth. Looking to try and just get some early cheesy kills, but again, in towards this A site, they'll be able to get this bomb down. A couple players lagging a little bit behind Suni. What a spot that is. Thrown in the corner. I have all the advantages. Suni says it does not matter, as now still continuing to try and make this retake happen. Mythical has full control of pool for now. Looking to try and push back into Vault Room. Hunt gonna take that one down. And all left down to Secret 1v3. Does find one. Let's see if it can happen again.
Looking for something, looking for anything. Vizzy and Secret, unfortunately, not going the way of Slain. Once again, showing us the slaying prowess of Wisemen in this search and destroy matchup. My goodness, I believe just completely unexpected as this whole series has been throwing at least yours truly for a loop. Graph was like, thought Wisemen were going to take the hard point, then we figured Slain was just going to mop through them all, and now it's just a bit of a back and forth. Slain, I think, still has the advantage in respawn mode, so I think the control will be the determination if they're unable to bounce back in the search and destroy, but definitely a fun series so far as Vizzy continues to cook along with the rest of their teammates up 3-0.
That Cook is right, as this time, again, straight in towards that lower vault. Secret gonna grab a great first pickup there. And once again, they're gonna get that bomb down fast. RCXD from Bismuth immediately gonna get taken down as Drix will grab one there onto Suni. Suni, the main big slayer in map 1. Taken as alongside Mythical, taken down, but Mythical still alive and kicking. Only 1 in 3 so far in this map 2, but looking to make that presence known. Vizzy is able to drop down to lower vault, but Secret gonna grab 2. 3 on the round, looking for the ace. Can they do it? It's Drix to find 1. Needs to have 2 more where that came from, but it's gonna be a huge pickup, and I believe the ace over for the side of Slain.
Yeah, and that is a much-needed win for Slain. I mean, you do not want to be down 4-0. 3-0 is a still winnable deficit. 4-0 is like the final death nail. Granted, it's not over until it's over, till the final shot is shot, till the final body drops, but a much-needed win and a much-needed ace from Secret. Don't know if we'll see too many more of those, but Slain with the momentum has a chance to bounce back.
And again, no surprise to see these Wisemen players pushing towards this A side. Looks like this time they're going to try and take a little bit more control of Vault Room. They tried to send Bismuth up there, potentially for a Stemtex or Nade lineup, but it's Mythical. He'll find the first one there onto Bismuth. Secret, notably, does still have this streak on a line. We do see some RCXDs on the table here for the side of Wisemen to try and hold this down if they so desire. Hunt, though, first line of defense, a lot of his teammates dropping around him, needs to stay up, needs to stay alive, but cannot do it. It's a flawless round from Slain, as they will mop up.
Do not like to see this on the side of Wiseman. They got the early momentum, but it's very hard, I'd say, to counter that momentum once it swings the other way. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a 4-0 or a 5-0 winning situation, gotten a little overzealous, a little too cocky, and then the enemy team just comes back to win them all in a row, and we don't stand a chance. And that's what could be happening here, as I think Secret's entered a bit of a flow state on a 6 streak, has some kill streaks. We'll see if they use them, but just a phenomenal game thus far from both sides.
Now, we do see a little bit of posturing towards this B side from Secret, just trying to find that overlook, potentially trying to catch these players on rotations. Vizzy going to grab the first one there onto Mythical. What a turnaround it's been for Vizzy. Not a lot of showing from him in the first map, but this time, the chance for Slain to try and get another round. A big shot there from Secret down to the 2v2. Soon he's got a great spot. He's heard one behind him, though. A great timing to find, and all down to one. It's all down to Secret, and it's an absolute mop-up for the Wisemen. They continue to reestablish that 2-round lead, as now 4-2. Slain, they're starting to feel the heat.
Just a little bit, I think, as the Wisemen grab another win, 4-2. Big bounce back for them. Did not want to get this thing tied up at 3 apiece. As Slain, I think, needs to slow down a bit. They're getting a bit too aggressive. You know, they're overextending, I think, into Wiseman's spawn, and they just got to play a bit smarter on OBJ. You saw they rotated out of the, the objective room, and I think you got to have at least one player in there to protect, and also just have a bit more cover than a few palm trees. Again, another quick plan. Alpha, Slain rushing up, trying to contest to a certain extent. Gene here on the outside as Bismuth picks up the first blood, quickly traded out, and it's a checkerboard in the kill feed.
Geen gonna try and continue those trades. A good kill from Secret. Good timing there. It's all down to Hunt to maintain this lead. Hunt finds one, but a great trade from Secret. And that will be Slain, inching closer now again within 1 round. And it's all again off the back of Secret. He's been a big player in this map too. Didn't see too much in map 1 out of them, but in general, Slain, they're starting to wake up, especially after those first 3 rounds. And these rounds have been much closer.
100%. You know, I mean, Secret dropping 11 and 4, like you said, the big difference maker in this one. But keeping things competitive, keeping things interesting. We can see Mythical's and Gene's KDs just because the scoreboard is a bit broken. So we got to check the bottom right. Gene's sitting at a 3 for 6. Dooney at 5 and 6, and Mythical. What are we sitting at, Mythical? What we got? And
we'll see it when we see it. But
yeah,
another
exactly.
fast A hit.
I mean, that's what it's always going to be, I think. These teams are just stacked up on Bravo far too quickly, especially on the defense. So you're almost defaulted straight to Alpha, and defense knows that. So we'll see how they respond either way.
As Secret, he's got himself in a little bit of a further back position, but this time, no flank coming through from Bismuth or anyone else on Wisemen. It's still going to be a frontal assault through bottom vault. They've already made it all the way down. Geen's going to have to go huge here. He finds one. Back and forth, ring around the rosy. Can you find another? Does almost get the third as well. But in the end, it's all for naught. As Slain, they almost hold on. But it's Wisemen to find the round. Once again, they reestablish that lead, and they find themselves map point.
Yeah, I mean, that's just impressive play from the Wisemen. You know, Slain, I think, may have had a chance to bounce back in this one. We see the dreaded 5-3 curse, so they still have to be a little careful, but Wisemen fully have the momentum, have their foot on the gas, and should be able to take the win here. Control is going to be a different animal because we're going back to protocol, and Slane was slaying out on that map as well as just dominating throughout. So we'll see how it goes as Wisemen try to put this one away. Slane trying to stay alive. Round number 9 currently underway.
Slane, this time, they look like they're going to defend a lot more aggressively towards this A side. It's Tsuni. Oh, what a great rotation that could have been if it was a more standard hit. But this time, they're going to go potentially over through bottom vault. Vizzy caught in a little bit of no man's land. It's a triple from the Hellfire. What a play from Secret. Perfectly kept that one in the back pocket for a moment of desperation. And it's Bismuth now. 1v4, spotted out and taken down. Slane. Great use of those score streaks, and they will find themselves a round off of it.
And I'm going to give all my secrets away, just like Secret was giving them Hellfire missiles away. Absolutely blitzing this Wiseman squad and picking up the ace, technically, with the score streak and the gunny to finish. So 2 aces on the side of Slane. Both of them coming at the hands of Secret, if my memory serves me right. And now, Wiseman got to be feeling the heat a little bit. I mean, if you can take Secret down early with a lucky nade or lucky 1v1, you get the W, essentially. They're the heavy carry, but you got to be careful if Secret's still up.
Going to be a big setup again towards this A side. Bottom vault, full control now this time for Slane. The last time they got retaken by Wiseman, it was just because they didn't have great control of that bottom vault. We do hear the RCXDs going through, but Hunt, great timing, will find one. Immediately traded down, though, by Secret. And now it's a 3v3, a last chance for Wiseman to do it on the defense. Can they convert? Secret still hiding towards bottom high. He's going to get taken down by 2, but it's a lot of time off the clock. Not a lot of time left remaining. Trophy down and it's doing work. How many players can they find forwards? Tsuni going to grab 1 on the side. Geen's going to grab a couple looking for number 3. And Geen grabs them all. Slane tie us up at 5.
Someone start playing Fiend for Geen. Either way, the Strider 22 coming in clutch, swapping and bopping. Pistol clapping. Absolutely annihilating. A beautiful job from Slane to tie things up 5-5. 5-3 curse might be proven true here. It all comes down to 1 round. Secret wasn't up for that clutch. It was Geen. So like I was saying, if you can have Mythical and Geen step up and take, just a couple of rounds or get a couple of kills or pop off like we just saw, this could go the way of Slane. And again, a rush plant alpha. Drick's in the corner. They're getting set up early. It's going to be close. Tsuni dropping in. RCXD to take him out. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's devastating. It's an absolute collapse from the Wisemen.
Bismuth grabs 1 to try and pull this back. Vizzy needs to stay up. He needs to stay alive, but he can't do it. It's all down, and it's all over. Wisemen, a huge win on map 2. Come from behind victory, and Tsuni says, hand that over to me. I'll take it to the bank. As Slane from behind. They were down, but not out. What a comeback.
Y'all don't think the 5-3 curse is real? Get out. Get out of the chat right now, because that just proves it right there. I've seen many a game where you think one thing, and the second you get to a base conclusion, they flip the script on you. The second you think you have it figured out, chat, you don't. I promise you that, Gunnies. Oh my goodness. Slane with, honestly, praise up to Secret for some incredible rounds. Double dose of aces, a 3-piece in the feed with a Hellfire missile. Seems practically unheard of in the comp scene, and we were able to see just about a bit of everything in that search and destroy, which is why I love that mode so much. Each round was different. We even saw an RCXD come in clutch with a beautiful kill in objective room. Just a round of applause for Slane and that masterclass of a comeback and a valiant effort from the Wisemen. But we go back to protocol. We go back to a respawn mode. We're going to control. The edge has got to go with Slane here.
Yeah, I mean, getting right into it as well. Protocol back to map that Slane had such a field day on map 1. This time on control. but it is still respawns. Slane, they want to put this one to bed. Can they do it is the question. We're going to figure out the answer. One more opportunity for Wisemen to fight back, make it to that second search and destroy where they put up such a promising showing, but it wasn't quite enough in map 2. This is the last opportunity for this team to show their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, one last chance, one last hope for the Wisemen. Can they find some semblance on this protocol map? And very similar start. Suni and Geen grabbing the first couple of kills on the side of Slane, and it is not looking good early, but Hunt and Drix able to keep things close. So we're off to the races, but I still just got this itching feeling that Slane has the advantage in this one.
Yeah, we are going to see this B side be the first side of the attack. This is the one that's much, much more difficult to really crack through. A lot of the times on this protocol control, it comes down to who gets more ticks on that A side, who's more consistently able to grab that, because the B, a lot of the time, seems like a pipe dream. It'll be interesting to see if Slane can really show their dominance and capture that B, and what is their methodology. But we're going to have to see how they are on defense first. So far, they're up a couple of spawns. That timer getting dangerously low. Bismuth going to grab one from that top bunk as Drix is going to try and lock down some time. Grabs one, looking for more. They're going to try and get these ticks fast on this A side. Already 2 on the way, but Suni grabs them both in the blink of an eye. And in the blink of an eye, Wisemen reset back to nothing. This time with only 28 seconds left on the clock. They will grab themselves back on A for a moment, but they're going to need a lot more than a moment's worth.
Yeah, unfortunate there, as Slane is just doing a great job defensively keeping them off OBJ. Wisemen are able to secure at least a single progress bar. Drix trying to stay up on Bravo, which is nearly impossible. Just absolute minimal cover. Mythical here getting set up on the far right-hand side. Overhang, keeping pressure in their spawn. 18 to 11 in lives. Slane, once again, slaying out on this map. They own protocol. It is their map. It is their mode. Suni slipping and sliding, bobbing and weaving, dodging, ducking, dipping, and diving. Whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say it. A 6, 2, and 4 streak on the side of Slane before Suni went down. And that'll do it, folks, as time runs out in round 1. Slane taking home the W.
And I mean, only 1 tick under Wiseman's belt. After a performance like that, it's going to be hard to say that Slane won't just clean this map up. Suni, once again, doing what he does best. What a kill that is. I mean, 10 and 3 after the first round is exactly what you want to see out of one of your players if you're a member of Slane. And I mean, most of them positive. It's Secret, surprisingly, the one that isn't, but after a round like that, the KDs barely matter. So it's a time now for Wisemen. They need to shut the door here on Slane. Ideally, hold them to as few ticks as possible, but the round win they will take regardless, as it's going to be the B-side hit fast. Drix, he'll find one, and it's a good initial shutdown for the side of Wisemen. Up a couple respawns and getting that timer drained. If they could start to put them in the blender here, if they get this spawn trap set and in order. Mythical looking to try and break it early. We'll get that one player, but Drix and Bismuth, they're in position. Mythical's going to be the one to break them out of the spawn trap, though. And now they're going to have the opportunity to push forward.
Yeah, that is Mythical doing what Mythical does best at 8 and 5 on a 6 streak, bouncing back in a big way, stops the clock while they're on this hill. Mythical trying to protect, but Drix on the outside taking them down. Suni pressing into spawn and now trying to reverse the spawn trap and keep that pressure on Wiseman. Secret with a big 2-piece, rotating up to Alpha, trying to get that second progress bar and get those offensive round ticks in favor of Slane. Wiseman were only able to get 1, so Slane can get at least 2 here. Should give them the advantage should this go to a round 5. But either way, Slane off to an impressive start as they do get that second progress bar. Hunt and company now just trying to press up and press their advantage, but Suni and Geen continuing to pop off, and they should be able to secure Alpha.
Yeah, a little bit more progress still to go. Bismuth, the last one that can say anything about it, will get the 1 kill, but the point already went over to Slane. 3 ticks claimed, and let's say if they can do what I sort of alluded to and then really show their dominance and also take this B side, Drix going to get cleared out of control room, and it's all blue. blue. It's all green is the light for Slain. They have an opportunity to push forwards. Vizzy will catch one spawning. The one tick about to be claimed. Looking to grab some more. 2 on time already. And it's down to Bismuth. He needs to find one here. Will find one. Vizzy up from top. Will try to hold this down. Tick and a half already found, and a bad time for a reload is Mythical. Will grab one. Just trying to keep this overlook in control as Bismuth, again, deep behind enemy lines. Will grab one. Traded up by Secret. Still down to the respawns it may go. Vizzy trying to do something, trying to do anything. Slain down a respawn, and that might just be the decider.
Yeah, that could be it here. 7-6 in lives, now 6-6, all tied up, and we're getting into search and destroy numbers now. Secret and company absolutely slaying out in the feed. They rotate onto Bravo. They stop the clock. Not that they need to. They got a minute left on the docket. Suni up top, trying to grab more. Suni, unfortunately, going down in a big 2-piece for Vizzy and company as they clear house 3-1.
It's just
Can Geen clutch up here?
50 seconds to make a 1v3 happen is not too bad. The timing is not going to be his issue. It's going to be the members of Wisemen. One last show to try and make them take this round down. Already 5 ticks is a great showing for Slain. Geen's going to grab one. Oh no,
Anytime.
Here we
But
go.
your patience, brother.
An opportunity to make something happen here. Could also freeze the timer if he needs to, but that'll give away his location with 2 players going to bear down. There's none in the immediate area, though. They're going to get that information. They're going to start moving.
Yeah, spots him up top. The peak. Can't
Here
get
we
it,
go.
unfortunately.
He spots the head.
Oh, that is tough.
A tough round to just barely lose out on from Slain, but a big one to get 5 ticks. I mean, 5 ticks is just absurd. Now up by 4 after the first 2 rounds as Slain came dangerously close to a very, very difficult task.
Yeah. Sadly, cannot secure the win. They do get the offensive round tick advantage either way. Wisemen were only able to secure 1 and Slain grabbing 5. But either way, they did not grab the win. So we go to round 3, all tied up at 1 apiece. Lives already being traded out early over on the side of Bravo. I think Slane's trying to press their advantage B first and then secure A, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Slane here now rotating up, trying to get set up. But again, what makes this Bravo objective so difficult is just no cover from those overhangs. Now, if Bravo was inside the bunker, that'd be a completely different story. But you're faced on the outside, you got a boat and maybe a box that'll protect you, and that's minimal at best, Graf.
I 100% agree. This time, Zuni will be able to clear out Wisemen once again. Wisemen, they need to get at least a good amount of ticks here. Even if they can't win the round, they need to try and close the tick deficit and really hold off Slain on their next offense round. Bismuth finds a nice piece of rotation. It will take down Secret. It's been an opportunity given, but Mythical, oh, I don't know if he meant to mantle there. It's a difficult situation. A couple nice kills as well. They have an opportunity here.
Yeah, definitely a chance. Wiseman stacking up some kills, taking the advantage, but Mythical being a big thorn in their side with a massive 2-piece, keeping things close, along with Secret. Now rotating up, they clear the hill. 30 seconds left on the clock. They do get 2 progress bars filled, but they are unable to secure it fully. Mythical and Geen popping off, and now the lives advantage going in favor of Slain. 20 seconds left on the clock, and clock beginning to tick, and not in the favor of Wiseman. They need to get on A. They need to stop this clock. They need to get that 3rd progress bar Graf.
Yeah, it looks like they are able to do it. They will get that extra minute of time. Because now they're going to have to try and do that same insurmountable task in big air quotes. But the way to do it is to win on lives. They're already up, but in the blink of an eye, it's all Slain in the kill feed. And it's a complete reversal. Now the lives lay equal, and it's Slain on the defense. The easier side. And they just need to put the cherry on top.
Yeah, pressure is all on Wiseman here. If anything, their only chance, I think, in winning this 2nd round, or excuse me, this 3rd round, would be in the gunfights to win out the trades. And unfortunately, it's not trading in their favor. Slane still with a 1 life advantage, now tied up at 7 apiece. So it's going to be incredibly difficult to secure Bravo. But now Wiseman getting set up, trying to stop the clock. Hunt able to avoid the knives. Mythical trading it all out. It's back and forth, 5-4, 5-3, and Slane dropped to just 3. They got to be careful here. No.
Only 2 remaining. It's an opportunity, a big chance for Wisemen. They basically just play a 2v4 from this position, but it's Slane the one that have to aggress, and it's Slane the ones that will fall in the blink of an eye. Wisemen, they make it work. Surprisingly, they find the round, and it's Slane now the ones in the hot seat.
Not what we were expecting up here, and again, like the second you think you have it figured out, you don't, chat, as the Wisemen stepped up their respawn gameplay on protocol in a big way. Remember, they lost the hard point 250 to, I think, 229, 239, something ridiculous, and they were just left floundering with the Wisemen, showing us what they are capable of here against Slane.
Yeah, especially Bismuth, I want to highlight, is having an absolute career map against Slane here. It's a big opportunity. Slane, they need to do what was just done to them, and like I've been alluding to, it's a tall task, but obviously not one that's impossible after what we just saw. An immediate tick taken towards this A side. They're going to look to try and completely fast cap this. Hunt going to be taken down. It's already almost 2 ticks. They're going to try and reverse the play here, but it's Mythical from the second story, taking names and now taking the point. Another tick in the blink of an eye. They're going to have a lot of time to work towards this B side, as that should be the whole point claimed. Just 1 more to go, and that's the end of it. And up 4 lives, Slane. They've set themselves up beautifully for a B take that could last a lifetime.
Yeah, that is going to be tough. They quickly and efficiently capture Alpha in a big bounce back round, it seems, from Slane as they start to condense around Bravo. They get at least a progress bar. Drix on the outside trying to find a way in now. Mythical, Suni all grabbing kills. Vizzy on the outside as well. Drix on the 1 streak. Gets taken out on the stairs, and a beautiful job from Slane playing the low ground, surprisingly, checking these head peaks and glitches and staying up. Suni slaying out. And what a phenomenal round from Slane, as I think they were hustling us with just how poorly they were playing before and how efficiently we just saw them. I'm pretty sure Wiseman only got about 6 kills that entire round.
Yeah, I mean,
I am bamboozled.
I want to say that's textbook. I mean, that is an absolute
masterclass.
Go out.
Truly one of the fastest protocol control offensive rounds I think I've ever seen. Incredible job on both sides. Absolutely incredible. And now we go to round 5, the one to decide it all. And remember, Slane got those initial first ticks in that round, in their first offensive round, so they have the defensive advantage here. If they can, I think they don't risk too much on Alpha. If they can get a couple of kills, sure, fine, what have you. Lock down Bravo like it's Fort Knox, and they get an opening 3-piece, so they got to be feeling good. But as long as they can defend Bravo, which is the much easier objective to defend, you're going to be just fine. But it's Mythical and the rest of Slane popping off in the early moments of round 5.
You know, the other option, just make them run out of lives. It's that simple, and that's the one that Slane looks to be, I mean, really good at so far. Already up 4. By no means an insurmountable deficit. Like saw in the previous maps, but
massive opportunity indeed for the Wisemen and Slane here. They got to find an advantage for both. Slane currently leading by 5. Bismuth rotating to Bravo, stops the clock only momentarily. Now a 6-kill differential emerging and slowly chipping away at the morale of the Wisemen. Bismuth here on the flank, trying to get this 2-piece, and does. Trying to protect Alpha for his squad, or at least get a squad on Alpha. They have struggled to make it towards objective, and finally do with less than 27 seconds left on the clock. try to set up the spawn trap, 2-piece in the feed in favor of Slain. Suni looking for some more, but who else but Mythical to clean up Alpha. 23 seconds left on the clock, and now Mythical pressing into spawn, unfortunately going down, but wasting precious time for the Wisemen.
Yeah, precious seconds remain, and they will touch that B side. Vizzy, they'll get onto that. If they can get some progress over there, it's nice, but it won't stop their timely demise. It's Wiseman down to 9 lives. They're down 8 lives total. Even if they get this A side, it could turn into an absolute massacre. Suni gonna grab one. Will get a couple trades the other way. They're gonna need a lot of trades like that. And with Mythical still alive and kicking,
10 kill
looks like it
differential.
will be all she wrote. It will take an Herculean effort to try and make this work. The last life for each of these Wiseman players. The time working against them. And
40 bomb for
15
Mythical? Are you
copies of
kidding me?
Slain.
Oh my goodness, a 40 bomb from Mythical. We don't see it on the scoreboard, but in their KD and their player card, they are dropping a 40 bomb, folks. As this has gone the distance, they had a chance to absolutely slay out. Just 2 lives remaining, Vizzy and Drix. Somehow trying to find a way to get that Bravo objective, but it's all but impossible, I'd say, at this point. 25 seconds left on the clock. Mythical waiting for the push in the bunker, doing a little 360. Gets that info. Shots coming from on high. Vizzy all alone. And that will do it, folks. Slain win it in a quite dramatic 3-0 fashion. Don't let the series score fool you. This one came down to the wire in these last 2 matches and could have gone either way, especially in that search and destroy.
Yeah, a big win for Slain. I 100% agree. The match score does not do what we just saw justice. I mean,
No, absolutely.
an absolutely absurd performance from Mythical. I mean, he fell asleep a little bit on S&D, but it was everything in that first and third map.
Yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful match to cast, and a solid 3-0 and a GG's for Slain. They kept it interesting, for sure gave us a show, but ultimately came out on top. Wiseman, do not hold your heads in shame on that one. Maybe a little bit for the hard point. Your hard point needs some work, but your search and destroy, your control, immaculate. Very, very, very fun to watch. Graf, do you have anything else to add before we say goodnight to the wonderful folks watching at home? Graf? Understood. Either way, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to call it there. Shout out to GamerxSociety for sponsoring U18 and assisting us with everything behind the scenes. Shout out to our production, Zane, to Dash, to everybody who assists and makes us casters look and sound as great as we do. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Please be sure to tip your server and have a wonderful, wonderful night. We'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
U18 Esports is here with our friends at GamerxSociety at the LA Tech Week event in Santa Monica. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, and giving away some prizes in a special 1v1 showdown event from our friends at GamerxSociety. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Be the first case like John, got it. Whoa, be the first case like. Be the first case like John, got it. Anything wrong, my dogs got it. Them boss, I call shot. Sweat a few bags at the raw spot. Where you been trying to rock popping at the hotel? Better run the play for 'em. Yeah, before I hit the plate, make the house smell. Throwing up trays and Marshall.
Yeah, they do have to find something different, but Encourage is going to get that opening peak, and now he's got a little bit of control over to that B site. What he's going to try and do here is a delayed track tactic. Try and whittle out as many of the Unity players as he can. He's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, Got to take a dip. It's the hot weather of the UAE and skill. He's still peeking.
How well you can do on the water. Quite literally, the entire point is in the water. What I've seen so far, there's skill with a two-piece. That's what I'm seeing, but what I've seen in general on this hard point is that people who tend to swim just above the surface, using this little middle ottoman here for cover, tends to find the most success. That's exactly what skills do.